Hey guys. Hey guys. Took a second for that to refresh apparently. Um Welcome to today's live stream. Of course this is the first 5 minutes where I'm setting everything up. I've already set everything up, but we're just making sure everything's running properly. So everything of course starts at 9 o'clock. It's 8:05 right now. So yeah, we'll just wait for people to start trickling in. How are you guys today? Hope everything's been great with you. Um, Hi, Alex, Todd, Jay. Welcome to the stream. Um, while we're killing time, if you remember not too bad. If you remember what was it? The giveaway live stream last week and how the internet kept going in and out, it's because of this piece of junk here. I replaced it. So anyway. So everything looks like it's running well. I'm watching the live stream behind me to make sure everything's up as he hits J. So yeah. So if you remember, guys, this the concept of this is to basically ask me anything you want, as long as it pertains to the channel or me personally, to a certain degree anyway. So start coming up with questions and be ready for 9 o'clock. It is now 8:57, so we still have a few minutes. We've got 5 people in the stream now. Hi guys, and we'll just keep waiting. I forgot to start the video up with the. Well, yeah, I did. I mentioned the fact that this is the beginning. Everything starts at 9, so skip 5 minutes ahead. But now it's less than 3 minutes ahead. 3 minutes. I'm really bad with math. 2 minutes, something like that. 3 minutes. Okay, now 2 minutes. Your maths are sound. Thank you, Jay. Let's see here. I always forget. Is that Nick? Hi, Nick. Todd, just save your question for 9 o'clock, and I'll come back to it. We've got 8 people now. Welcome, guys. Ugh, get more comfortable here. It's been a big week for me. I even got to visit with Jay. Went down to Cincinnati and saw Cellular yeah, CellularMac.com's headquarters. Where's your beer? I don't have any right now. I ran out of it. But I really wish I had some right now. Anyway, um, yeah, so I went down to Cincinnati, saw Jay, went to the CellularMac.com headquarters, got a lot of neat stuff. At the end of this live stream, I will be putting up that video of me and Jay at his house. Um, the second the live stream ends, that video goes live, so guys, stick around for that. And it is almost 9 o'clock, and we'll start up from there. Todd, I've actually made my own beer before. It's fun to do that. Okay, it's 9 o'clock, guys. We've got 10 people in right now. So, um, let's see here. I guess we might as well start up. Hmm. Okay, with Todd. I have an older G5 here that I've been working and trying to get running with Tiger and Leopard. Think my video card is shot. What signs is it showing, Todd? Um, if it could be a many different things, but it's a possibility it's shot. It could be other things too. These videos always start out slow, don't they? Come on, guys, let's get some questions here. It's not even booting when I turn the thing on. That could be a lot of different things. Is it showing any screen at all? Um, is it bonging? Is it doing anything that would signal that it sounds like it's working, but there's just no video? Any plans on collecting all flavors of the G3 iMac? No. Don't even try me, Jay. I wouldn't have even ended up with this grape if it hadn't been for you. I like the grape. I wouldn't have turned that down either way. I just wanted a blueberry and an indigo, and I ended up with a grape thanks to Jay. Thank you, Jay. Um, no screen, but it's bonging, no video. It could be your card then. Depending on what model it is, I'd say go with the cheapest card you can find online. That's G5. If it's an older one, it's probably going to be the cheapest one that you might be able to find is the GeForce FX 5200 Ultra. It's not a good card, but it will be cheap and it will allow you to see if that's the problem. And it won't cost you a whole lot. And if that's not the problem, it could be a vast many other things too. Anyway, let's see here. Nick, I've got an older beige Mac. It's a Power Mac G3 beige. Real neat system. Doesn't work right now. It won't boot. I messed something up when I was setting up the ROM in it. I'll get that running eventually. Make a video on that. That should be cool. Should I replace the card with what's should I replace the card with what it's in there or upgrade the current card in there? Well, depending on what your card is. I mean, like I was trying to explain, if the card is dead, replacing it will tell you if it's the card or not. So if you want to go with a higher end card and put down that investment before knowing if there was something else wrong with it, you could do that and just hope and pray it's the card. Going to collect anymore? Of the beige Max, Nick, probably more G3s, maybe one the desktop G3s. I was looking around for the Molar Mac, but those things are really expensive. Which is better, quad 2.5 or dual 2.7? Quad. But that's also debatable for multiple different reasons. For instance, the quad, it's PCIe, which means there weren't many cards that were made for it, although you can get a lot more to work in Linux. But it's much more powerful. I literally just got one, which you'll see that in the video coming up at the end of the live stream that I'll be posting. Thank you again, Jay, for that, and sellyourmac.com. But anyway, quad is more powerful, but the 2.7 G5 is still very good. And since it's PCIX, it will support any PCI card basically ever made for Mac that supports up to Leopard anyway. There's a few cards that don't work in Leopard for some reason, but you have a little more expandability options there. Also, with the 2.7, the coolers are more prone to leaking. Of course, all liquid cooler G5s can leak, except the very last models, which luckily I have one of those. Um, but those will clog up. So either way, the coolers will have to eventually be taken apart and fixed. So, but the 2.7s are even more prone to that. So you have to keep that in mind. But it depends on what you want on the system. So anyway, and all the questions stopped again. Come on, guys. It's going to be a very short video if I don't get some questions here. Share this on your groups, your Facebook. Try to get some people to funnel into here. Otherwise, it's going to be one of the shortest videos I've ever filmed live. What are those two GPUs behind you? I'll grab them. Jay, this is the TI 4600 that I've been covering and rebuilding and stuff. Nice card. I took that out of the Quicksilver to take it over to you. I didn't want this card to end up breaking during travel. And then this is the 7800 GT, which was for late 2005 Power Mac G5s. It's like the second most powerful BTO option card you could get for those systems. And this will probably be going into my 2.5 dual core, and I'll be putting the X1900 in that into the quad core. Okay. In the iMac G3, is PC 100 better than 133? Should I go with 133? It doesn't really matter. The 100 is the speed that the RAM will be running at, but 133 will downclock to the 100. Either way, they're going to run at the same speed, which is 100. The 133 is usually easier to find and usually cheaper. So going with 133, it should work. There's some outliers out there, some Macs that don't like downclocking RAM at all. For instance, the MDDs don't like doing that. That can cause stability issues. And a lot earlier SD-RAM Macs don't like downclocking. But the iMac, from my experience so far anyway, they'll downclock with no problem. How long have you been interested with computers? Let's see here. I'm 26, going on 27 in a few months. Probably since around the age of 1, so around 26 years. Let's see here. I have a 1,1 that keeps freezing when trying to install Lion. Has the 8800 GT. It doesn't need drivers to run, but there is a possibility your 8800 GT is dying, or it could be the computer itself. There's a lot of different things that could be causing it to freeze. I always, when I troubleshoot, I always check the RAM first. Start removing modules. Always keep them in pairs though, but start removing modules. See if it keeps freezing, um, and yeah. Either that or it's the card. But try the RAM first. What other PC are you interested in other than Macs? Um, I don't know how what you mean by PC. If you just mean like regular PC, I'm an Intel fanboy and an Nvidia fanboy, and I am actually streaming off of a Intel Nvidia build. This is a 3960X, 6 core, 6 thread, Extreme Edition i7 with two NVIDIA GeForce um, GTX 970s. They're the for the win editions from EVGA. Very nice system, very powerful, way overkill for streaming. But I also need it because until just recently, I didn't even have a Mac that would stream this stuff. Um, but this will, so it's right in between my legs. You can't see it, but it's a great system. I may one day do a video on it, but we'll see on that. It's a great system. I built it mostly out of new parts in late 2015 before I started the channel back up, and the only thing that wasn't new was the board and the CPU. I bought those used for a massive discount. So yeah, is Windows 10 on that system there? Yes, and Windows 7. I dual boot it. It's usually running Windows 10. In fact, that's what it's running right now. Um, but I also dual boot with Windows 7 for some backwards compatibilities, um, some virtual machine compatibilities, and I still sometimes like using the DVD maker in it. So that's why I have 7 on there still too. Like IBM or Sun. Oh, I got you. Um, I'd like to play with some Sun systems, but it's IBM. It's basic PC now. Unless you mean they're more high-end systems now that are running on that weird stuff that I don't know a whole lot about, then I'd like to try those. Let's see here. How about Apple Wireless Series? Covering all base stations Apple made over the years with speed tests and stuff. Jay, that would be a really boring series. Being serious, it'd be really boring. Plus, it'd be a really short series because even though all that stuff, there was a good amount of that stuff, I could cover that pretty quickly. Be interesting to make a video about it though. Just combining it all into it, I'd watch it. I figure you would. Not many other people would though. I just updated my new 4,1 to a 5,1 today, getting some performance lags and spikes in High Sierra, but it's only got 8 gigs of RAM now and 120. That's your problem, probably. The GT 120 really lags in Sierra and High Sierra, and even though it's not officially supported in Mojave because it doesn't support metal and stuff, with Colin Mister's Mojave patcher, it will work, but it's going to be even worse on there probably. So I'd probably um, replace the card with something more powerful. Um, I don't usually recommend this, but I'm probably going to do that on my 4,1 I just got from SellYourMac.com. It's right now got a 4870 in it, and I will be replacing that probably with a GT 630 or so from Mac Vid cards. It's not very cost effective and goes against my, you know, don't use Mac vid cards, just use a PC card. But also like having EFI boot screens, and I want full Mojave support on both cards. So I'll be getting a GT 630 and another card, which I'll probably just transfer my other GTX 970 over and have them both in there. So that'd be cool. Um, what is the oldest Mac that you own? I get asked that like every live stream. The oldest Mac that I own. Mac, as in any Apple Mac, would be my Macintosh Plus, which I did a video unboxing it from Dylan Disselcohen. Um, that's my oldest Mac. Then my second oldest Mac would be my G3 Beige because it's an early production model. So, what about getting an SGI? I really want an SGI, Nick, but I can't afford it. um, yeah, yeah. Just if anything, Landos. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. If anything, just get a PC card. Um, that'd be the cheapest way to go. That should fix your lag problems. And there's a slim possibility your RAM's been having issues. If it's the original 8 gigs that came with the system, remember that RAM is going on 9 years old. Actually, it should be. It is at least 9 years old. Well, at max, but you know what I mean. So RAM does eventually go bad. Um, let's see here. I have an older video card for a PC. Could I try it in my G5 by any chance? It's a PCI card. Sorta. It depends on what card it is, and it has to be flash tied. It will not work otherwise. Um, there's many different things you can use to in the system to flash it and stuff. It's got to be a specific card. It's got to be a specific ROM, and you have to flash it on a PC. And so there's a chance, but it depends on what card it is. Cool, cool that you're a vintage collector. Real neat. Would you like an Apple? I'd love an Apple II, Alexander. I definitely would. I'm actually looking. I'm in the market for a early Apple IIe. I used those. The grade school I went to still had Apple IIes when I started in kindergarten. They were still in the computer labs. I have a lot of memories of that. And then we upgraded to IBM systems. When I was in first grade for that computer lab, but the other systems ended up in other classrooms. And I used those until probably second grade. I'd love to have a 2E with the matching disk drives and the Apple II monitor, preferably the color CRT one. Be really cool. I'd even probably do some videos on that. That would be fun. Um, yeah, definitely go with at least 32. 32's I like cramming 32 gigs into as much systems as I can, Intel Mac wise. My iMac score eventually get the 32 gig treatment too, just for the heck of it. Really, it's got 8 in it right now. I picked up a Quadra 605 LC and LC3 today. I don't know anything about them. Any fun tidbits you know about these 93 machines? Not really, Jay. My knowledge of Macs, although I'm sure there's a lot of people in these comments here uh, that do. My knowledge in Macs go from basically my knowledge of Apple go from the first generation of Jobs systems to around the time he was leaving, and then when Jobs came back. So that gap where he wasn't there, I don't know a whole lot about him. And I'm not really super interested in them. I wouldn't turn any down, but yeah, it was during that time when Apple was trying to cut quarters to try to save money and try to keep afloat. And a lot of those systems just don't survive well. Let's see here. There you go, Jay. LC3 is one of the most expandable of the LC series. Modders love the Q605. Um, Alexander, I'll tell you what. I don't know how we can communicate after this live stream, but if you have a Facebook and you can find me, um, I'm I'm the young Greg Hrutkay on there. My cousin is also on there, but trust me, you'll be able to figure out which one is me. Just message me and we can talk and maybe work out a deal. That would be awesome. Thank you. Um, I used to have several older all-in-one Mac desktops years ago. Was working on OS 8.5 on them back in the day. It's real cool, Todd. Um, I'd like to play around with some of those, even though, like I said, I'm not really interested in the pre G3 systems. I wouldn't turn down playing around with them. That'd be cool. Um, Jay. uh, when does the Hrutkay Mods merch store go live? I need to order a cap and a hoodie with your logo on it. You know, honestly, Jay, I'd love to do that, but right now there's no profitability in it because no one's going to buy them except basically maybe a few of the people in this chat right here and a few of the dedicated people like you. um, this hat here I had custom made by, what was it? I think it was Cat Beast, just so I have something to wear during my videos. And that thing cost me like, I want to say $55 or something like that. I treat this hat nicely, but I do wear it a lot, so I will wear it out eventually. If I could, if the channel grows enough where it could be profitable, I'd definitely do it though. It'd be awesome. I'd love to do it. Okay. Yeah. See, like I said, a lot of people would order it from this chat, but all right. So, any other questions, guys? And we're only technically 23 minutes into the video. It's been streaming for 28 minutes. I'd like to push this to at least 10 o'clock if we can. Um, uh, cool wallpaper on the Mac behind you. I forgot that was up. I actually purposely left that up there, guys. That is the banner of the PowerPC Gaming Lounge. PPCGL for short. It is on Facebook. We also have a website we never talk about. We don't use it very often, and I don't even know if we still have it up now. Do we have? Do we, Jay? But anyway, Jay and I are moderators. Main admins there with Dylan Disselco, and then we have Chris and Blake also as moderators there. I don't know if the other guys are in the group right now, but we've got, like, for instance, Nick. He's a member of the group. And this group is a very great group. If you have a PowerPC Mac, any PowerPC Mac, preferably G3 or higher, because most of our games need at least a G3. Most of them need at least a G4. But if you have at least a G3, definitely you're good. We do also allow other Power PCs, older ones, the 604s or stuff like that, but they're not going to game very well online. But anyway, if you have a system like that and you want to put it back online and game on it, I'd recommend coming and joining us on Facebook. It's facebook.com / PPCGL. Just come and join us. You know, the more the merrier. We sometimes do group tournaments and stuff, and on occasion with those tournaments, we haven't had one in a few months because of various different reasons. But we do still get together and game. We'll pick a game. It's usually Unreal Tournament, either 99 or 2004. But we'll pick a game and we'll just play it. And it's a great way to put some extra work into your Power PC system. Real neat. So come and join us, guys, at facebook.com / PPCGL. Anyway, getting back to it. Nick, did you get SM Tube working well on your G5? Still having wireless issues? Actually, I got it working pretty good. It will still occasionally have some buffer issues, but it's working. Guys that don't know what SM Tube is, it's a way to watch YouTube videos at higher qualities at full speed. For instance, like higher, really powerful G4s and most G5s can stream YouTube at 360p on the browser, but other systems can't. Well, if you want to run, for instance, 720p or 1080p, especially on a really high powered G5, you need to run SMTube, which is a separate app that's on the desktop, and it uses MPlayer as a decoder and stuff. Really neat setup. You can watch 1080p video or 720p, which is most stable from what I've experienced, especially on older systems. That's basically what they can run anyway. But like on my G5, 720 runs great on it. I'll do a video on that one day. It's a little complicated to set up, but once it's set up, it works great. Do you have a Mac acting as your central file server? Sorta. Um, my main central file server is a fourth generation time capsule with an 8 terabyte hard drive upgrade in it. I did a video on that a few years ago, upgrading the hard drive. That's where all my backups and main files go into. But I do have my dual core G5 with a lot of game backups for Power PC Gaming Lounge. And I have my 2,1 Mac Pro set up as an emergency backup server for really, really important files. So, sorta, I have a central Mac, but it's split between two systems and my time capsule, which of course isn't a Mac, but still. I need to run a network cable over to my G5 so I can join the slaughter again. Yeah, Alex, come join us again at the Power PC Gaming Lounge. Be great to have you, man. I have a G5 that I bought without a hard drive, put a used hard drive in it, clean install a Tiger done by someone else, boots all the way up to the desktop, but seems to be frozen every time. The mouse will go to the top right input. I know exactly what might be wrong with it, Zach, um, depending on what G5 it is. If it's a late 2005 one, you need to be running at least, what is it? 10.4.4 I think, something like that. 10.4.2, something like that. Um, you might be running 10.0, I mean 10.4.0. Um, that would cause it to panic, and then the fans would ramp up because it doesn't have the drivers to run it. So if you can target disk mode into that system, if you have any means to do it and try to update it and see if that fixes it. If not, there might be something else wrong with the system, but try that first. Um, what kind of iOS products do you own? A lot. Um, I'm filming on my iMac. iMac. Yeah, yeah. I'm filming on my iPhone 6s right now. But I also have, for instance, a a Mac Mini, an iPad Mini too, um, and I've got a my old iPhone 5s and a few other things behind me, like my. I showed this in one of my last live streams. My first generation iPhone still works. Um, boots up, works. I've got some other things. I've got sixth generation iPod Touch, the special online 128 gig model, and my fourth generation iPod Touch. And I used to collect them. I used to have all the iPod Touches, except for the fifth generation. But a few got stolen, and I gave a few away. But yeah, there's that on its home screen there. But anyway, yeah, it's just some of the iOS devices I have. I used to actually be a jailbreak developer. I developed on Cydia. If you have ever tried iOverclock 2 or any of the flavors of iOverclock in the past, or what was it, Silent Charge, um, Silent Ring, or something like that. It's been a while since I've been on Cydia. I don't even remember what my tweaks are, but those are my tweaks. And so yeah, I've been using these for a long time. The system, the device I started jailbreaks on was my 3GS. It was the early old boot ROM model, so it could be jailbroken with any iOS. Could be downgraded with no problems without any SSH blobs. Yeah, it was a really neat phone. It was a great way to get into jailbreaking too. But anyway, um, I saw a dual 2.7 G5 on sale for $160. Ooh. You know, honestly, the dual 2.7s, they might actually be worth something around that. But like I said before, you have to worry about cooling. Those coolers can be a problem. Yeah, like you mentioned. Um, but if it's powering on and working, um, either way, you have to pull the cooler out and make sure it's not leaking, and it probably needs rebuilt either way. They can be big headaches too, but for the right price, they're worth it. I wouldn't really probably go for 160 though. And that seems really steep because you don't really know if what condition it really is in. Um, so at max, if it's powering on at max, I'd offer maybe 120. Um, usually stuff like that on the Facebook Marketplace will float around there for a long time. They'll take a lot less. Like I got my Firewire 800 MDD for literally half off. So just offer a lot lower and see if they bite. They might, you know, haggle some on it. G5s are fun to play with. Honestly, they are fun to play with. So I wouldn't tell you not to, but just know it can have a lot of problems. Uh, what is the coolest, weirdest piece of tech you have encountered? I'm not sure. I've actually encountered a lot of really cool, extremely weird pieces of tech in my day. But I also have memory issues. Sometimes I just go blank on things. Um, and I've had a lot of experiences in the past. So honestly, if I could turn that question around, I'd say the weirdest tech that I have seen or have had. Ooh, I don't know. I'd say one the more weirder stuff would be the earlier G3 Max and stuff. There was a lot. The G3 Beige is a really weird system. How it opens and stuff. But like just in general, there's a lot of weird things I've played with in the past. I really can't just pick it out though. So yeah, ramble, ramble, ramble there. I have two of the iPhone 4s. They still work, but they are slow as. Yeah, I had an iPhone 4. I had my 3GS for 3 plus years, and then I got my uncle's iPhone 4 and turned it into a custom transparent phone, and then into a blue phone by swapping the glass out and stuff on it. I used to repair iPhones, so I was really good at that stuff. And even I upgraded to my 5S when I found out that iOS 7 was going to be the last of for the 4. I honestly found it pretty quick considering, but basically with me and devices, if they work, as long as they're still supported, I don't really upgrade very often. I'm not one of those people that want to get the most latest and greatest iPhone usually. Um, so iPhone 4 was a good phone. Um, but in today's world, yeah, it's pretty slow now. Um, yes, I agree. iPhone 3GS on 3.1.3, that was a great operating system. And iOS, well, it was still, yeah, it was still known as iPhone OS then. iPhone OS 3 was what I started on. So yeah, it was a great, great device. If you could, Greg, if you could be any color iMac G3, which one would you be and why? That is a good question. I would probably choose the indigo because it's a really weird reason. I like the indigo. The indigo's probably one of my most favorite colors of the iMac. And it was literally made the one that was made the longest out of all the colors, I believe. They made it between three or it was either 3 or 4 different model generations, and it was a very nice color. Um, that's basically my answer there. Um, and unlike most people, I'm not a huge fan of the Dalmatian or the Flower Power, especially the Flower Power. I think they're pretty ugly. So yeah. Um, yeah, the ruby was a very nice color. Strawberry was basically what they referred to as Barbie pink. Uh, back in the day. I even remember them referring to them as Barbie pink. I like the ruby. It's a very classy color. Sage isn't bad either. Very nice dark green. I'd probably be a graphite DV. Graphite was a nice color, Jay. It was. But honestly, I'm more of the vibrant color kind of guy. In fact, I've got the blueberry over here and the grape here. Ugh, blueberry. And then grape, which I'm not going to lift right now because I'm about to have a hernia with this. Ugh. And now I can't set it down. Stay. Okay. Yeah. I'm actually working on that video right now. I don't know which episode that's going to be, but I'm working on the iMac G3 video right now for the 20th anniversary that I've way missed. Would you go for a 1,1 Pro for $50? If it runs, yes. Heck yes. That's definitely that's a steal for a 1,1. Yes, that's why they're worth so much, man. The Dalmatian and Flower Powers, because no one bought them, and there's a reason why no one bought them because they're really ugly. Yeah, it is a good question. Is it $50 shipped? Because shipping also have to configure into that. The max I'd pay for a 1,1 uh, now in these days, I don't know how the prices are going now, but I'd say maybe $100 if it's a base model. So shipping that can hurt. I found one on the Pittsburgh Craigslist, fully working with a terabyte hard drive, wireless keyboard, and trackpad. I guess that translates into you live in the Pittsburgh area and you'd go and pick it up. In that case, yes, definitely go for that. Wow. Antwan, I hope I said that right, got his for $20. That's a great deal, too. Drove up there the same day. Awesome, Alexander. Awesome. Um, that also translates to you're probably in my area. So we could definitely work something out, probably. That definitely means you're somewhere in my area. Do you have any 4 comma ones? Funnel Feast. Yes. Yes, I do. Um, at the end of this live stream, I am putting the most recent video that I recorded live. It's already uploaded, it just hasn't been put live yet. So, guys, stick around for that video. I go to Cincinnati, Ohio. I visit the headquarters of Buyer SellYourMac.com. Wow, I went blank there for a second. SellYourMac.com. It's not a good thing, and you'll understand in the future why that's not a good thing not to remember that. But I went to the headquarters of SellYourMac.com, and I got a 4,1 Mac Pro, and I also visited Jay Brian. We shot a video together, and that video will be live right at the end of this live stream. So, guys, stick around for that. I'm really looking forward to getting that 4,1 running. That is going to revive season 3 of the Mac Pro series. I'm killing off season 2 and going straight into season 3. So, guys, also stick around for that. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'll be upgrading that 4,1 to a 5,1 and just upgrading it to the 9s. So, anyway. Wow, these people are really um, These people are really getting great deals. I Sell Mac is also part of Sell Your Mac, by the way. Um, awesome. It's an awesome, awesome website. And you'll understand why I keep saying it's an awesome website very soon. Let's see here. I got two threes and flashed them to fours. Yeah. No, yeah, you can't flash threes. You might have gotten fours and flashed them to fives. I actually upgraded them to 5 comma 1. So yeah, you got a 4 comma 1 and upgraded it then. Threes were the only system you couldn't upgrade to the next model. 1 and 2, 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 1s were the same. 3 was a separate system, similar to those two though, but nothing really shared. Just layout wise, they were similar. And then the 4 comma 1 was literally a 5 comma 1, except the hardware was slightly laid out a little bit differently, but same basic hardware, and they're they're 100% compatible firmware flash wise, not hardware wise. You can't swap parts between the two main parts like processor trays and stuff and expect it to work, but they're basically the same system. Let's see here. Antwan. Man, I hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah, cool. Upgrading the 1 comma 1 to a 2 comma 1. That's awesome, man. You know, like first season of that Mac Pro series, I did that also. I'm glad people are still doing that. Those systems are still really capable. Mine's still sitting over there. It's like I said before, my emergency backup server now. But you know, it was really useful until a few months ago when I finally went to High Sierra on my 3 comma 1. I was still editing my videos on my 2 comma 1 until literally a few months ago. Great system, still very useful. Blake, can't install El Capitan for some reason though. How are you trying to install El Capitan on your system? Because if you're trying to do it the normal way, you can't do that. But if you're using my image from season 1 of the Mac Pro series, the very last episode, what was it? 32, I think. I had so many episodes in that season, I can't keep track. Just check over there, get that image, and follow the instructions. Follow the instructions on how to install that, and you might be able to get El Capitan to run yet on it. The 7300 actually will work in El Capitan, but there's no graphics acceleration. But it's fine to use as a boot card for boot screens and stuff. So he's totally fine there. So we're starting to run out of questions apparently here, guys. We've got 17 people on. So all right. Sorry to hear that, Blake. There might be a way to get it to work. Just message me again on Facebook. We'll talk about it. These systems can be really picky sometimes, especially with certain types of RAM. You cannot run 1 gigabyte DIMMs or 512 megabyte DIMMs. They have to be 2 gigabyte or 4 gigabyte DIMM modules or 8. I'm not a big fan of 8 gig DIMMs if you've followed my series, but you can technically run with them. So if you're running any of those smaller DIMMs, that might be the reason why it's not working. Well, guys, it's 9:50 p.m. We've been streaming for 55 minutes now. Everything's officially been live for 50, and we're getting a lot less questions here, so we might be wrapping this up soon. Yeah, definitely. Just message me again, Blake. And yes, Antwan, man, I really hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah, that's a laser disc in the background. Eventually, I'm going to do a video on laser disc. Even though this channel seems to be a Mac only channel, it's still a random channel, mostly of anything tech. I just focus mostly on Macs. But yeah, I'll be definitely covering the laser discs. That one's really severely warped. That's why it's there. It's not watchable. Um, and in certain videos, you can see how it reflects. You can tell it's warped. Hey, I just got 2.99 from Blake. Thank you, Blake. Thank you so much, there, man. That's the first time I've actually ever had anyone give me some money on here. So thank you so much, man. Um, that's awesome, Zach. I've got a 4.1. Only owned for a few months now. Flashed it to 5.1. Yeah, congrats, man. That sounds like a beast. Anyone put a Radeon 580 in a 5.1? I haven't, but a lot of people have, I think. If you hop on, for instance, Mac Pro groups and stuff, you know, um, yeah, I'm pretty sure 580s work fine in the 5.1s. And it should be really a good boost of power there. Um, well, Zach, now that you're flashed and stuff, I probably. Oh my God. I, I'm a little speechless, guys. Thank you, CGK, for $5. I couldn't be outdone. Yeah, yeah, Blake. That was actually my very first donation, and CGK, that was my second. Thank you, guys. That's really touching. Thank you, guys. Uh, oh my God, that's Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much, man. Chris is one of our moderators on PC Gaming Lounge. Thanks, Chris. Good friend. Good friend. But then again, thank you again, Blake, for that donation there. Wow. So anyway, so yeah, I'm speechless, guys. Thank you so much. So it's 9:54 now. We're getting towards the end. I usually like to end these after about an hour. We can keep going if you guys keep asking questions, but we're getting we're not getting much activity on here now. This is probably some of the most viewers I've had on a live stream. So this is awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the donations and all this stuff. I'm very 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 speechless right now. It's wow. And Jay's backing out, aka my only moderator. Thanks, Jay. Bye, Jay. Thank you, Nick, for the $2 donation. Jeez, guys. My God. Do you do much retro breeding? And if so, what's your favorite formula method? I have not yet done any. I will definitely be doing some in the future, probably, but I actually, other than some yellow keyboards, I haven't had any systems that needed retro breaded yet. My G3 beige is actually still beige, it's not yellow. But yeah, thanks, Nick, for the donation. That's awesome. Yeah, I do. Um, did the stream freeze for a second there? Uh, yeah, I'd like to do some retro bright sometime, but a lot of people have mixed results. Yeah. So anyway, guys, it's getting towards 10 o'clock. Um, it seems like other than the great donations, thanks again, guys. Um, it seems like the questions are starting to wind down here, and I think it's about time we start wrapping everything up. Nick, UT99, maybe we can do some gaming, but it will be later tonight. I have to go eat. I haven't eaten yet, but we'll see. Check on the forum. I'll put a post up, and we'll see if we can get a game going. I agree. The 8-bit guy does have a pretty good method, but he has had a lot of mistakes in the past. I don't want to be one of those mistakes. Um, but anyway, trust me, I do eat, Chris. But anyway, guys, before we wrap everything up, don't forget to stick around on the channel. The second this live stream ends, I will be posting the live video. Well, it wasn't. When I was recording it, it was technically live, but I will be posting the video I shot with Jay Fry, um, revealing my first my 4 new Macs that I have. It was a great video. Thank you, Jay, for all that stuff, all the stuff you gave me for filming, being in the video, and thank you, Sell Your Mac, for the great deal for the other stuff. You know, um, Jay. But anyway, woo! Yeah, guys. Like I said, just stick around for the end of the live stream. Go and watch that video. It is officially 23 minutes long, but it's got like 7 minutes of bloopers on it, and they are really funny. So you definitely will want to watch it all the way through. It's about a 31-minute video. So right after this video is over, go check that video out. I will put it live the second this stream ends. It may take 5 minutes to go fully live, but definitely stick around. I'll definitely have it up. So yeah, Chris has seen the previews of it because he's one of the admins. But yeah, definitely, guys, stick around, watch the video. You'll love it. It's a good, fun time. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to wrap the video up. It is almost exactly 10 o'clock now. By the way, what do you edit on? Um, actually, no one's ever asked me that, I don't think. I edit on Final Cut Pro 10. Um, really, really nice software. I'm still pretty novice at it, but I'm getting better at it, and it's helping a lot with my videos. I've had it literally for uh, I can tell you exactly when I got it. I got it in July of 2017, and I'm still learning it. It's a complicated program, but once you get it down, it's a great program. So More live streams. Yeah, we're definitely doing more live streams, Jay. So anyway, um, thank you guys for watching today. Thank you for all the donations. It means so much. I'm speechless, guys. I really am. Thank you so much for the donations. And I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. And, there's going to be more live streams to come and there's more videos coming. Stick around for that video coming out at the end of the stream. And anyway, thank you guys for joining the live stream. And this has been a Hrutkay Mods video.